Cold Kids sur PUREchannel, Nathan and Matt, thank you very much for coming here. My first question though is about the name of the band. I know your band since almost the beginning, and I always thought the name of the band was really good. Was inspiring to me because I had a little bit of pressure about the Soviet, my grandfather and all, they were talking about that. How did it came out? Was it a website about artwork at the very beginning? Is that the story?
Yeah, it was the name of the website that I had for all my artwork and friends' artwork, not just mine. And it was, you know, a community of friends putting all their artwork up and writings and stuff. And then when we started playing music, it just seemed fitting to carry it over to the band name. Yeah.
You all agree about the name?
Do we all agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Most as a visual artist before the band, we always loved the concept and the visual aesthetic of it, and so yeah, we wanted to take it all and adopt it.
Is it also something that tells about a bit about your childhood? Did you have that feeling that Russia was the enemy when you grew up?
I think we were on the very tail end of it. It kind of represents all the culture and music and everything between us and our parents' generation, you know. So yeah, I think we had a little bit of it, you know, but mostly the recent memory of like a little older than us. Yeah.
Are you mad? Do you love the aesthetic of the Russians also? You know, architecture and also all the paintings and photos that were done at Story.
Yeah, a lot of Russian artists are my favorite artists, like Malevich and Lizitsky and all these kinds of artists. I love that stuff, and when I first started loving artwork, those are the guys that I went to, and then like the Bauhaus people as well. But I think we've kind of moved beyond that. Like I think, yeah, we're definitely influenced by that kind of, those kinds of. I always think of like the Achtung Baby photos, you know, in the early '90s of Berlin. And I think that was what really drew me to that kind of aesthetic. And yeah, it's not too heavy-handed, but yeah.
Let's talk about music and the last record, Mine Is Yours. How was it composed? I read articles, I don't know if it's right, that says you composed most of the record, the first steps, and then of course the band joined you, and also a producer, Jacquire King. How did you meet and how did you work together? Because I think the sound is pretty different than the two previous records.
Yes, actually from the start it was a lot of jamming and us having a ton of ideas. The previous two records, we wrote all the songs in our rehearsal space, went in and recorded them very quickly, very live. This record we just had a ton of ideas that we wrote in our rehearsal space, but no finished songs, so we went into the studio with like tons of ideas and got to work them all out together, and then I had this big gap of time before finishing the record where I got to write all the lyrics to all the music, and so it was a much more stretched out process from what we normally do, and it was fun to kind of try a lot of different ideas in the studio, keep it sparse, all that. Yeah.
Is that how you find that very huge sound you have on many songs? I think the song is the record is almost ready for being played in arenas, you know, and stuff like that. The previous record were more intimate. Did you have that sensation that you build a very huge sound? Even sometimes there's no many instruments, but they all take a lot of.
We wanted to keep it kind of sparse, like our normal arrangement. Jacquire, the way that we saw him kind of coming into it, we like a lot of records that he's worked on, like particularly like Tom Waits records, and then also like a band like Modest Mouse. I think in ways we have the most similarity with, where I think he's a really great engineer and he knows how to kind of make a sound, you know, really sound big and come to life, and so we let him kind of do his thing, and a lot of that was him creating this big sound, and so it was great.
There is still an energy on many songs that could be linked to, for instance, the big hit you had on the previous album, Something Is Not Right With Me, was in a punk energy, and you can find this still, but there are things that change, like on Louder Than Ever, that is a hit also. It seems to me that the chorus are more anthems, like anthems, generational anthems. Did you have the sensation of composing, yeah, more like that?
I think our writing is more simple, more instinctual and spontaneous. Not necessarily in the writing of a song. Whatever the mood is, you know, you have to run with it. If it feels right to everybody, run with it. So it's not necessarily, you don't plan it.
Instrument change, did you compose more on the guitar than on the piano for that record?
I was more on the guitar than the piano, I think, than previously, yeah.
The set changed a lot on stage with that record? Did you have to change the sound, change the...
Not too. The first couple of shows, I think it took a little getting used to all these new songs with the old ones, but not more than 3 or 4 shows. I think they meshed pretty well, pretty quickly. It's more fun the more songs you get playing live. Like the more albums and EPs you have to draw from, the more we can surprise ourselves on stage and do different combinations of set lists and things like that. And so some of the latest set lists we've been experimenting with, I would never have put this song with that song, but it seems to be like seems to be working. It seems to be like a whole new way to be arty live. I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah, a question about the sounds of the guitar that is really rolling sometimes. I was wondering, is there a hidden homage to the best sounds of the age sometimes? You know, the way you can make a riff sound with a bit of reverb, and it goes on the song like that. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Johnny, as a guitar player, has been, you know, he was experimenting with a lot more sounds this time around, and he had a lot more to choose from. That was part of the reason, you know, for being in the studio, is that everybody could kind of try, you know, effects and amps and different sounds, and so yeah, he did a great job of kind of taking his really natural reverb sound and expanding upon it. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Les Enfants de la Guerre Froide, Cold War Kids. You can buy all the records legally. The first one is Robbers and Cowards. Loyalty to Loyalty was the second one. There was an EP, Behave Yourself, if I'm right. And of course the last one, Mine Is Yours. Thank you very much, Nathan. Thank you, Matt. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.